Hi YouTube, this is the Learn Cantonese Fast channel again. Today I'm going to talk about the initials and the finals of Cantonese romanization or Cantonese pronunciation. In the last few episodes I've already talked about the fact that each Chinese character can be pronounced in Cantonese using three sound parts. The first is the initial, and then we have the final, and then we have the tone. Okay, so today we're going through the initials and the finals, but then I'm not talking about the entire list of initials or the entire list of finals. I'll only be talking about the crucial parts. So an initial of a sound in Cantonese is a consonant. It must be a consonant, just like I have a list of initials here, but this is not a complete list. If you want to see the complete list, you have to go to my website, which is www.freehongkong.net. In any case, say for example, a Chinese character bo is composed of three parts: the initial, B, the final, OH, and the tone 1. Okay, B is the initial. How did it sound like? What did it sound like? Well, it sounds like B in ball. B. So ball, which means a ball. In fact, it's borrowed from the English word ball. So the original meaning of ball is just wave. Okay, so we don't use the meaning of the word, we use the sound of the word. So ball, ball, with the first tone, ball, 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 ball. Right? Ball, ball. And the second word I will talk about is the word ting. Ting means clear. Ting. It's a difficult word for a lot of Westerners, because somehow the initial is like ch, as in bats, right? Ing, ting, ting, also in the first tone. Alright, so ting is the first tone. Ting, 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 ting. Alright, so all the 6 tones in Cantonese. And then the second word, which is easier, but then it has, well, similar to the first word, we have to notice you have ng as ending, like okay. So da, as in done, da, done. Ang, da, ang, da, ang, dang, dang. Okay, also in the first tone, means nail. And then also an easy word, fate, fate, which means fly. And then not very difficult word again, like it, as in gang, 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 gang. Scare. The last word I'm going to talk about is something that is not very intuitive until recent years, because we all love guacamole. Guacamole. Gua. GW sounds like gua. Guacamole. Alright, as in the word gua in Cantonese, gua. GW. Gua. Gua, as in guacamole. Gua, also in first tone, which means melon. So if you want to take a look at the whole list of the initials and how they sound, you have to go to my website. But let's move on right now, because I'm going to talk about something that is a little bit more difficult. Okay, so here I have some excerpt excerpt from my website. Okay, so it is a partial list of the finals, and then I also have explanations here. So there are a total of 3 different kinds of finals, exactly 3 kinds. Okay, so the first kind of finals composed of only vowel. Okay, so this is a list of all the finals with only a vowel as its component. So, for example, I is a vowel. E, E, which sounds like a lot of the English phonics. Right? So it's a vowel like C, E, I see you, I see, which is very similar to a lot of the English words or English phonics. But then if we move down further, it becomes a little bit less familiar. Say, for example, well, this is not too bad. But then how about ang, or learn? So these are what I would call the second type, which consists of a vowel plus a nasal consonant at the end. So for example, you have to use the nose to pronounce the last sound towards the end. An, im, in. So this is what we call nasal. And then the third one is even more difficult, which is what I would call a vowel plus a glottal stop consonant. So for example, we have AP, for example. It sounds like up, like as in the word up or cup. Cup is a cup of tea, right? Up, going up. Well, unfortunately, in Cantonese, we don't pronounce the ending sound of the P. So what do you mean by I don't pronounce the ending sound, but then I put the P at the end? Well, we just prepare our mouth and tongues so that it looks like as if we try to pronounce the word P, but then right when we try to aspire, we stop at our throat. That's what I mean by glottal stop. So you try to aspire and pronounce the word P, but then eventually you stop right before you aspire. Okay, so let me give you some example. You will understand a little bit more. Okay, for example, in the word cup, AP. Okay, so you have cup. Okay, so how do you pronounce the word cup in English? Well, you have cup, cup. Well, it's like playing Dragon Ball. Well, not playing, it's like in Dragon Ball. So when you try to fire a Dragon Ball out, you have to collect a lot of air. And then you push everything out, right? As in the word cup. But then the Dragon Ball in Cantonese is very different because it's like we collect a lot of air, but right before you push everything out, you stop. Right? It's like you try to say the word cup, cup, without the p, cup, p, cup. Right? In other words, you have to collect everything right at your throat. Right? That's why I call it a glottal stop. Cup, cup, cup. So towards the end, you have to close your mouth, but then you don't aspire the word, the sound of P. Right? Cup, zup, zup, za, up, za, up, zup. As in the word zup, which means sauce. So let me go through the entire list for you. So for example, the first one, I, as in the word right. So without pronouncing the T sound, you have right, 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 without it. Right, right. Right. So I, k, I, first tone, kite, kite. Well, without the T, kite. And then AK, which is a glottal stop at the end. AK. So you realize that K, P, T in the romanization scheme, you always do not produce produce the K or T or P sound. So it is a glottal stop. You stop right before you aspire. So like in duck, luck. So without producing the K, luck, luck. So you can actually feel it because the end or the lower part of your tongue is actually touching the top part of your mouth. So it's collecting some air, but then it's not aspiring. Tuck, tuck, as opposed to tuck, tuck, right? Luck, da, up, luck, da, tuck, tuck, da, up, the up. Tuck, as in the word duck means gain. So it's type 3. So here I have the different types. So the first one, it has the type 1, and the second one has type 3. And then, for example, the third one has the type 2, which has a nasal consonant at the end. So it's as in the word some. So you can feel your nose vibrating. Some. Of course, you have to speak it out quickly, not you shouldn't try to lengthen the word like some. Okay, some. Okay, and then the third word, like in the word sun, sun. Tung, as in the word lung, but then you have to be very careful when you have ang. The ending sound besides the nasal will also have the K, like lung. But then here we do not pronounce the G. Okay, so it's lung, like as in the word da, tung, without the G sound. And then zop we have discussed. So finally, let's go to the last final with a glottal stop, like in the word up. So, for example, cuts, you omit the aspiration of T. So cut without T. So cut, also a glottal stop. So, for example, in the Cantonese pronunciation of the Chinese character, this is cup, up, cup, which means cough. So long for this episode. So see you next time. Bye.